is the 100-day ant challenge. For the next 100 days, two ant colonies will live completely different lives. One will have everything it could ever need, while the other will struggle to survive. At the end of the challenge, they'll finally meet face to face. The only question is, will they become friends or fight the biggest ant war ever? On the very first day, a problem appeared. The girl had two queen ants. Keeping them together could lead to a deadly fight, so she placed each queen in a separate habitat. On the left was Green Oasis, a paradise filled with lush plants, fresh water, and endless food. For ants, it was a luxury resort. On the right was the Desert Colony, dry soil, scorching heat, and barely any resources. Here, surviving each day was a challenge of its own. By day 21, both colonies had good news. Small eggs had started appearing in both colonies. Both queen ants were working tirelessly, and a new generation had begun. On day 51, the first worker ant hatched. The girl named it Little Scout. Soon, more workers followed, and both colonies continued to grow. Green Oasis expanded rapidly with abundant food and a booming population. Meanwhile, the desert colony struggled with constant shortages of food and water. Many times, the girl felt like giving them a little sugar, but she didn't. She wanted to see how they would learn to survive on their own. Then came the first challenge, the Tower of Destruction. Green Oasis had far more workers, so they easily climbed the tower and claimed victory. On the desert side, only Little Scout stepped forward. It fought bravely but couldn't win. On day 60, disaster struck the desert colony. A giant cockroach invaded the nest. Little Scout charged first, and soon the entire colony joined the battle. Using the sand dunes to their advantage, they finally defeated the intruder. They lost many ants in the fight, but the survivors became tougher and more fearless than ever. Then, on day 75, Green Oasis faced its own catastrophe. The abundance of food and moisture caused a toxic fungus to spread through the colony. Within days, their once thriving kingdom began to collapse. Meanwhile, the desert colony fed on the defeated cockroach, gaining a huge source of protein. The colony grew stronger than ever, and Little Scout, once a lonely worker, had become the fearless leader of an army. Finally, day 100 arrived. On one side stood the few remaining members of Green Oasis. On the other stood the powerful desert colony. The girl opened the path between the two colonies. She also used a special scent so that they would recognize each other as allies instead of enemies. All eyes were on Little Scout. He had every advantage. He could have attacked and won. Instead, he chose peace over war. The two colonies united and built one enormous ant kingdom together. So, what lesson can we learn from this ant kingdom?